Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel where this evening you join me here with W Motors at their gallery in Dubai, where we're going to be going for a drive with both the Lykan Hypersport and the Veneer Supersport. Now I've been lucky enough to drive the Veneer before, it's now got a new look in the bright blue, but taking these two cars out for a little drive together, cars from here in the Middle East, and a car I've actually seen around the world before. You can hear the cars warming up at the moment, crazy designs, lots to talk about, but like I said, rather spontaneous, and I'm about to go for a drive in this here in Dubai. So let's have a quick look and then get cracking on. If you are not familiar with W Motors, W stands for Wolf Motors. The cars get their names from famous mythological wolves. The Veneer, in this case, the Lykan upper front. The Lykan was actually the car that featured in Fast and the Furious 7, and in fact one of the cars is just over there inside the gallery at the moment in the red, that jumped from a building over to another building. But I'm going to be driving the Veneer. It's powered by a 3.8 litre twin turbocharged flat six that makes 810 horsepower, 980 newton meters. Powertrain developed in partnership with Roof over in Germany, but this is a car which is clearly going to be something quite special. It's got a 7-speed dual clutch PDK gearbox, boasts some incredible performance numbers, and back here, for example, you've got the dual layers of the wing. You have these two active flaps on each side, then the lower level which also raises or goes back down to reduce the drag at higher speeds as well. It is looking fantastic in the bright blue, it has to be said, and if I come around to open up the door, it's actually quite a surprise because it opens towards the rear. Pull this, doors open backwards. Inside here we're greeted with a cabin with leather and Alcantara, the sports bucket seats, the digital dashboard display, a very cool place. You've got the passenger screen over towards the other side, 7-speed PDK with the shift paddles on the back of the steering wheel. So I think in just a moment we're going to be heading out with both of these cars together for a little drive here in Dubai with W Motors. It's a beautiful evening, two amazing cars, let's go! Right, time to go. So belted up, we actually have soft close on the doors here as well. Pull them in and then they latch and pull themselves in the final bit. Give a flash to the guys ahead to say that I am ready to head on out into gear. Listen to that, the Lykan in front, that is actually manual. This feels so cool. Quick wave to the guys as we head around to depart from the showroom here. This feels like something from another world, another planet, a spaceship, a crazy thing. Just taking it all in a little bit. Can't believe I'm here in Dubai, driving the Veneer, following the Lykan, the car that I've seen all around the world. Mega. We'll go into manual and explore things a little bit more shortly. Look at the tail lights on that and the indicators. Really cool. Listen to the sounds of it, that throaty flat six. Now we do have a lift system to help us with the speed bump, so one press of that, the front end of the car will lift up. I am actually going to go into manual right now because, well, who doesn't enjoy holding on to the revs a little bit more? Over the bump, lift system down, heading this way, stop. This to be driving with the two W Motors cars together here by City Walk in Dubai, past the lights. We've got a 911 Carrera S, and I wouldn't be too surprised, yeah, if the driver is taking a look at what these things are all about. Completely bespoke hypercars. You know, there are going to be 100 of these plus 10 launch editions, plus one extra special car with the shopping festival here in Dubai as well. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But this is, I mean, even just to be sat in traffic in this thing feels insanely cool. We've got 3 screens in front, the digital dashboard for the driver gives me a lot of information, tyre pressures, RPMs of course, idling at about 700 RPM, that's pretty low. We've got the large central screen as well for infotainment, we've got the passenger display, lots of nice details, all carbon fibre everywhere, Alcantara over the dashboard. Yeah. It's good to be back in this car. Just crazy to be following the Lykan Hypersport. I mean, I remember when each of these models came out, when the Lykan was launched, obviously filming it at the Dubai Motor Show a number of years back, and then the Veneer, the Supersport, that's come out as well. Wow, big thanks to the guys, because this is mega. You've got this feeling of being in such a low car, a low window line, a very rectangle to the windscreen, narrow side windows. Makes it feel every bit the part, a proper thing. I mean, rightfully so, a little over $1 million or so. Those burbles as well, when you drop down a gear, and of course we're in town, we're going very slowly at the moment, those sounds that you get out of it. Oh, you gotta watch out here. Last minute lane change, no lights on as well. Now comes my challenge to catch up a little bit with the Lycan up ahead. We've got traffic everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this side.
Check that out then, the two cars side by side, the lights of the Dubai skyline, the skyscrapers off in the background. That was a pretty good start. We're just gonna have a quick chill out for a minute though before we get back on the road.
Right, there we go, sounds good. Into drive, handbrake is off, and I'm probably gonna have to do a slight 3-point turn to make it around here. Oh no, we're good turning circle. That works just perfectly. That was a cool stop at a new place called The Lodge. So, out we go, let's follow the Lycan. Dubai by night, W Motors style. I'm gonna go back into manual. When it comes to something that is just a massive event, and like I said, drama to drive just feels exciting, something that you want from, you know, a special car like this. This is just something really, really special. Gotta watch out for traffic. I mean, listen to that. Listen to the sound of this thing. I've been out of it obviously for the last hour or two, and getting back in, it's just like, whoa.
That's crazy. It's actually a sequential manual in the Lycan, which is clearly no ordinary gearbox to drive with. A very much race setup, and a lot more of a challenge than just enjoying the dual clutch that this has, which makes my life super easy and very, very smooth. Why use anything but basically the best in the business, right? Which is what this car has. Oh, just gotta watch out for lanes merging and lots of traffic. It's busy around here. Driving in Dubai is a really remarkable place. You always find interesting roads and designs and layouts and architecture and all the modern buildings, obviously, that are going up everywhere. Every time I'm back here, it's a completely different landscape. Of course, just playing with it a little bit. Of course, we're in town, we can't go back 10. All of the power going to the rear wheels. Alongside totally unique looking cars, and another Tesla, by the way, another Model S just here. Obviously different to everything else that's on the road. It's quite hard to create a design of a car that is so unique and more different to anything else. Instantly something of its own. I'm sure lots of people wouldn't be familiar with W Motors, but you see these cars very much visually dramatic, but also even down to the names, obviously, as I mentioned, named after wolves in Norse mythology. It's actually Fenrir that this is named after, the Fenrir. You can see the link between the names. But they also drive smoothly. If you don't want to be going mad in here, you can go back into auto, take it easy with the gearbox, and it does shift gently and calmly, and the ride is fairly decent. I mean, we're on good tarmac, of course, we're not riding over big bumps and potholes like you'd find perhaps back in the UK. One of the things that I'm enjoying the most are all of the turbo noises that you get out of the car. The way that you hear all these whooshes and swooshes, as we'll get again in a second coming out of the roundabout. We've got a little bit of a speed bump. I guess I should probably put the lift system up at the front. Better to be safe rather than sorry as we go over that. Pop it back down, and then when you accelerate, now listen to this. As we pull back around to base, I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good fun outing, taking these two cars together for the drive as we pull back to the W Motors gallery here. Just look at the Fenrir Supersport parked here under the Dubai night lights, looking incredible in the bright blue with all of the contrast that you have from the exposed carbon and the satin black. Now, I did say I'd talk a little bit about how W Motors link to the Dubai Shopping Festival, and this connects to why we have perched here on the bonnet the 1:18 scale model of the Fenrir Supersport. Now, you guys will know how much I like my scale model cars, and they've kindly let me take one of these home. But W Motors and the Dubai Shopping Festival, along with Ideals, have teamed up to give away as a prize a Fenrir Supersport. There are 3,500 of these scale models for sale, and one lucky customer is going to be winning one of these. A real 1:1 scale full Fenrir Supersport, which is crazy. The largest ever prize from the Dubai Shopping Festival. But what a drive this has been with these two cars back here at the gallery where I explored in detail on a previous visit. But getting to grips a little bit with this when we took the two cars out together. An absolutely awesome evening just to be here to drive with them. Like I said, a little bit unplanned, but a big thanks to the guys because this was really cool. Driving and hearing that was also pretty spectacular as well. There are just so many details to take in. I'll show you through in detail in the other full video as well if you haven't seen it before, to go through the ins and outs of this car and everything about it. For now though, I think we're going to be popping them away back in the showroom. The Lycan is rolling on round then to go back inside where you can see the other cars looking awesome. Angry start up from the outside then before the car heads on in. I tell you what, I do really like it in the bright blue with the matching calipers as well. It suits the shapes and the aggression of the car, the lines. I'm a big fan of cars when you go, for road cars at least, when you go for, say, the single colour as opposed to overkilling it with a racing livery or doing too much, because you get to see what the car is actually all about. The shapes and lines, edges, and in this case angles. Yeah, when that drives past, and I can tell you, even just being parked here outside the gallery, it causes quite a stir.
All back in the showroom then, the blue Fenir alongside the Lykan Hypersport from the movie, even with damage. Still, I was going to say intact, but that's not entirely the right word, but of course, many of those used as the props in the movie. But what a drive this was, with the Fenir, with the white Lykan as well. Awesome fun here with the guys from W Motors. Great to get back behind the wheel of this car and enjoy some of the drama. Like I said, do check out the other video for a full, I guess more of a review, test drive look at it. But today, here in Dubai, with the two cars together, awesome fun. So thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, information down below, as I said, about a chance to win one of these two. That's it for now, though, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.